Welcome to the video podcast, voted one of the best in the marketing research industry in 2019 and again in 2020. And this year, it's been designated by FeedSpot as one of YouTube's very best locations for anyone looking for solid market research reporting. This is Research Business Daily Report. We're seen as a video most Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in most weeks, presenting a news item that most likely has not been seen or heard before. We do rely on viewers' support, and we'll talk to you about that at the end of today's video. I'm Bob Lederer, in my 27th year as the respected voice in market research. I've recently become aware of what seems like questionable privacy intrusions, specifically on my wife's mobile phone, like recommendations she's receiving for products and categories that she may have mentioned out loud but never did a search for. Now, it's not much of a reach to wonder how the social media giants, for instance Google, the king of internet searches, may be taking advantage of technology and consumer ignorance about exactly what that technology is doing about their invasion of privacy. It just so happens that Marketing Daily journalist Laurie Sullivan reported on a research paper developed by Trinity College Dublin professor Douglas Leith. It was called "What Data Do the Google Dialer and Messenger Apps on Android Phones Send to Google?" The study focuses on technical aspects of the consumer-Google privacy relationship, as I mentioned, on Android mobile units, and as well measurements of data that Google collects and has arranged for Google Messenger and Google Dialer apps to send to Google servers. Leith wrote that when an Android user sends or receives an SMS message, the Google Messenger app zips a message to Google servers with a recording of the event, the time the message was sent and or received, and a truncated hash of the text of the message. The hash uniquely identifies that text message. The message sender's phone number and identities of the communicators of that phone message also enter the Google domain. Combining data from handsets that are exchanging messenger information reveals the phone numbers for both individuals. The Google Dialer sends data comprised of call time and duration and links the two handsets engaged in any phone call. Leith noted that creating a Google account requires that a person provide a working phone number, and when and if that person inevitably will download an app on the Google Play Store or perhaps uses Google Pay, well, that individual's Google account is then linked to a credit card and bank details. And armed with these discoveries, Leith decided he would reach out to Google for comment, and he waited. And when he finally got a response, it was a productive and in some ways satisfying earful. A Google spokesperson told Leith both the Dialer and Messenger apps do use data, but in limited amounts. And those data are applied for what Google says are highly specific purposes that allow it to diagnose and resolve product functionality issues. Also, to ensure message delivery is consistently reliable. Further, that spokesperson claimed that the technical logs described by Leith are not and have never been used to target Google users with advertising. Google Messenger, the spokesperson asserted, only uses phone numbers and hashed SMS-related data in order to debug app servers. Phone numbers not saved in a user's contact list are also only used in technical logs to also debug app service issues. Google went further, stating that this debugging protects Google users against what it said were unwanted spam calls. And Google informed Leith that it has plans to make multiple changes to both the Messenger and Dialer apps. That's a wrap on today's Research Business Daily Report. As we did mention at the start, we would hope that you'll become an RBDR Patreon supporter. Our videos are viewer-supported. What's a Patreon supporter? Well, it's a person or a company that agrees to make a monthly contribution. And if you visit RBDR's exclusive crowdfunding platform at patreon.com/RBDR, you can select the exact level of support that works for you, and no amount is too small. And whatever the amount is, let's say $5, $10 for a person, or maybe $25 or more for a company, we say thank you in advance. We hope you have a good research day, and we will welcome you here back on Wednesday. Until then, as I always say, please stay safe.